Okay, good morning. So as I say, we're going to work our way to a shoulder pressing hand balance pose, Bhujapidasana. It's quite challenging, so we're going to do some warm up first, do some sun salutations, and we'll do a little bit of core work as usual, which I like to do, as you know. We'll start off seated and just resting the hands on the knees. Get nice and tall, keeping the chin parallel to the ground. And I like to always close the eyes, just so I can bring more attention to the breath, more focus to the breath. Start off regular breathing and just observe the body. Feel length. Feel that collarbone broadening. Tucking the chin very slightly, head back. Shoulders totally relaxed. And then start taking deeper breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Long, slow, deep breaths. Hear the air flowing through the throat as you breathe. Each inhale, trying to pull in a little bit more air, expand the ribs a little bit more. Exhale just as long as the inhale. So let's just stretch out the neck and the shoulders. So start bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. Just letting the weight of the head stretch the neck out. Breathe. And then start bringing the head a little bit more forward. So the ear's still over to the right side, but we're bringing the head forward at the same time. And then we're taking the head backward. And then we inhale back up to neutral and we exhale over to the other side. Head over to the other side, but bringing the head more forward. And then more backward. And then up to neutral. Turn the head looking over the right shoulder. Keeping the shoulders facing forward, we're just turning the head. Let the movement follow the eyes. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, turning the head in the other direction. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, chin to the chest. This time bring the hands behind the head, slow and gently encouraging the chin in closer. Head comes up and we start taking it backward. And then back to neutral again. Work on the shoulders. Bring one shoulder forward, up, back and down. Just loosening up there a little bit. This is always good to do, I think. We hold a lot of tension in the shoulders. Take a break during the day, do this. Especially if you do a lot of computer work. Loosen up. And you can also give yourself a little finger massage. Find those tight spots. There we go. More shoulder stretching. Take the arms over to the side. Eagle arms. Lines of energy through the arms. The arms are parallel to the ground. Palms face down. We take the right arm, we bring it underneath the left arm. And we bring either the back of the hands together or the palms. See if you can touch the nose with the thumb. And while you're at it, while you're sitting here, just get that back neutral. So bring the hips slightly forward if you need to. And then we're starting to bring the arms higher and breathe. Good stretch between the shoulders on this one. And we release, and we just move those shoulders a little bit more. We take the arms over to the side again, so we've got those lines of energy, but we're keeping the shoulders soft as you can. You bring the left arm under the right arm, hands parallel, the back of the hands or the palms. See if you can touch the nose with the thumb, and then we start to bring the arms up. And breathe. We release. Take a little bit of a side stretch, placing the right hand over to the side, lined up with the hips. Other arm comes up. You're reaching up, trying to get as much length as you can before bringing that top arm over the head, looking up towards the ceiling. Inhale up, reaching up with the other arm, and then over to the other side. Inhale, we come back up. So let's come onto our hands and knees. We'll do cat-cow a few times. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, round in the back, tucking the chin. Inhaling into cow. Exhale, cat. Again, those nice deep breaths, moving with the breath. You're trying to synchronize the movement with the breath. The back should like this one. If your back is in good shape. The next time you're in cow, actually in cat, sorry. Next time you're in cat, back is rounded, head is relaxed. Try and pull the belly in a little bit more. So rounding the back a little bit more. But stay comfortable with the back. Breathe. And then inhale into cow, hold cow. So the belly sinking. We're looking up, try not to sink between the shoulder blades, but this time what I want you to do is try and pull the hands closer to the knees. Feel that core working. And breathe. So we're not moving the hands, we're not moving the knees, but you're trying to pull them towards each other. So the hands and knees are glued to the mat as you're pulling them closer and closer. Work as hard as you can. And then relax, come back into neutral. Bring the left leg up, parallel to the ground. Look at the ground. And then bring the opposite arm up. If you want to just bring the leg up or just the arm, that's fine. So that extended arm is, you're trying to get the hands slightly higher than the shoulders, and then start bringing the whole body slightly forward. Working that core a little bit more. Try and keep your balance at the same time. And then we switch. Bringing the other leg up, getting those hips equidistant to the ground, toes towards the ground. Opposite arm comes up, hand above the shoulder if you can, and then we're trying to bring the whole body a little bit more forward, making you work a little bit harder. Breathe. And then we come into child's pose. Hang out in child's pose. And then make sure the arms are extended forward. And then take the hands, walk the arms over to the side so the hands are properly off the mat. Getting a little bit more of a side stretch and lower back stretch. And then we walk over to the other side. And then we recenter, and we're going to go into puppy dog. So we start sliding the hands forward until the hips are directly over the knees. Arms are outstretched. You're pushing the hands into the ground, so the arms are active. You're starting to tuck the chin. And you breathe. Keep those arms active. Keep pulling the armpits towards the ground. We come into Sphinx, elbows under the shoulders. We make fists with the hands, we tuck the toes, we come into a forearm plank or dolphin plank. We did a lot of these the other day, I think. We bring the feet a little bit closer to each other. Try not to sink between the shoulders. And you're pushing a little bit more into the elbows than the wrists. And we're going to bring one leg up, optional, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We bring the other leg up, if you want, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come all the way down and we totally relax. We come back into Sphinx, and then this time walk the knees under the hips, bring the palms together, make sure the elbows are no wider than shoulders. Tuck the toes, come into a dolphin variation, bringing those hips up and back. So this time you're pushing into the ground with the forearms, the elbows maybe a little bit more, and then hips back. You're looking between the legs. You want to keep the back neutral. So probably you're bending the knees, but if you want to straighten the legs and you can keep the back neutral, that's fine. I tend to keep the knees slightly bent in dolphin. Head should be off the ground. If it's not off the ground, probably the elbows are too far apart. Again, we're getting a nice shoulder stretch. You're breathing. And then we bring the knees down. We sit on the heels. We bring the hands, lining the fingers up with the toes. Chin is tucked. And we open the chest. Puff out the chest. Head goes back carefully if the neck is good. Breathe. And if you want, you can bring the hips up. Working those arms. This is going to strengthen the arms. Glutes working a little bit. Breathe. Take about 3 or 4 breaths. Feel that expansion. And then we bring the sit bones down and we come back into child's pose. Back onto your hands and knees, tuck the toes, walk the dog. So walking the dog, we're just bending one knee as we straighten the opposite leg. We're keeping the toes on the ground, getting a stretch of the calf muscles. It's a slow walk, not a run. Some people will go nice and fast here, but it doesn't give you time to stretch out the calves nicely if you do that. So take your time. Hold one leg straight, one knee bent for 3 breaths. Other leg straight, other knee bent. And now let's try this. Bring the right leg up to the ceiling, extended down dog. You don't have to take the leg up too high, you can just keep a nice straight line. Shoulders through the hips to that top foot. Star pose or side plank. So to get into star pose, you start bringing the shoulders over the wrists, knee towards the hands, and then you shoot the leg over to the side. So the hips are off the ground, you're pulling that bottom shoulder in, down and in, and then you open that chest up and breathe. If star pose isn't the pose for you, side plank is a nice option. We switch, bringing the other leg up. Extended down dog. And then as we bring the shoulders over the wrists, we're pulling the knee in. We shoot the leg over to the side. I try and line the foot up with the hands on this one. And we're pulling the shoulder in and we open up. And we bring the hand down, we come back into down dog, knees down, and we just sit on the heels for a bit. Okay, let's do a few lunge salutes. Haven't done these for a while, so hopefully I'm not going to get the breathing mixed up. I'll face you guys. So we start off in chair. So we bend the knees, we inhale as we come into chair. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we bring the fingertips to the ground. We take the right leg back, knee down. And we inhale as the arms come up into a lunge. First one we're going to do nice and slow. We bring the hands down, we come into plank, knees down, chin, chest forward and down, inhaling into cobra, exhale into down dog. Take down dog a couple of breaths. Inhale, same leg comes up, that right leg. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down, and we're in lunge on the other side. I'm trying to do the mirror image, so I'm just hoping I don't get my lefts and rights mixed. We bring the hands down, back foot joins the front foot. We inhale halfway up, exhale folding forward, inhale into chair, exhale back into mountain. So a little bit faster on the other. We start off on the other side. Inhale into chair, exhale folding forward. Inhale halfway up, exhale we bring the fingertips to the ground, we take the left leg back, knee down. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, we bring the hands down, we're back in plank. Chaturanga on knees, chin, chest to ground, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. We take down dog for a breath or two. And then we inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, back foot joins the front foot. We inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. Inhale into chair. Exhale, back into mountain. Inhale into chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, hands to the ground, right leg back, knee down. Inhaling as the arms come up. Exhale into plank. Chaturanga or knees, chin, chest to ground. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Couple of breaths. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up in the low lunge. Exhale, back foot joins the front foot. We then inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We inhale into chair. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. We take the left leg back, knee down. Inhaling as the arms come up. Exhale into plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Couple of breaths. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, back foot joins the front foot. We inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent, chair, and then back into mountain. Now we're getting nice and warm here, right? Inhale, chair. Slight variation. We do a high lunge this time if you want. Folding forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Right leg back. Knee stays high if you want. Bringing the arms up. High lunge. Back into plank. Chaturanga or knees, chin, chest to ground. Cobra or up dog. Exhaling into down dog. And we hold down dog. We inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back, knee high, high lunge. Sweeping the arms up. Back foot joins the front foot. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair. And then we come all the way up. Last side. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Left leg back, knee down. Actually, knee up. High lunge, opening up. We're in plank. Chaturanga, keep the elbows in. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath or two. We inhale the left leg up. We sweep that foot through. Inhaling, high lunge. Exhale, back foot joins the front foot. And then we inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair. And then we come into mountain. Chair pose, hold chair pose. So that sequence, first time I did that sequence, I got it out of Eric Schiffman's book, Moving into Stillness. It's a good, I like that book. If you can get it from the library or take a look at it at the bookshop, that would be good. Moving into Stillness. And then we're going to do a twist. So twist to the right side, bringing the out of the left arm onto the right leg. Nice twist here. Variation. You can bring the bottom arm down, top arm up, spreading the arms, breathe. And then we come back into chair and we twist in the other direction. And then split the arms if you want. And then back into chair, and then we come all the way up. Should be nice and warm, guys. Knees bent, chair pose. Twist to the right again. Now this time, we're going to add a high lunge twist. So we're going to focus on the feet, and we take the left leg back, keeping that knee high if you can. So we're in a crescent twist or high lunge twist. And again, if you want, you can spread the arms. We bring the palms together. We bring the hands either side of the front foot. We come into plank, chaturanga, inhaling into up dog, looking up. Exhale, down dog, take down dog, hold down dog. Recenter. We look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up, exhale folding forward. And then we keep the knees bent and we're back in chair. And we do a twist in the other direction to your left side. We look at the feet. We take that right foot back. A little bit of a challenge in that transition. And then if you want, you can spread the arms. And then we bring the hands back together. Hands either side of the front foot. We're back in plank. And we're going to hold plank. What happens, sometimes people just sink between the shoulder blades. Try not to sink. Tuck the toes, look directly at the mat. Engage that core. Bring the right hand to center. Stack the feet. Options, bottom knee can be down or top foot down in front of you. Come onto the forearm if it bothers the wrist. We breathe. Look up. And we're back in plank. Other side, left hand to center, stack the feet, take whatever variation is good for you. We're back in plank. We're bringing the whole body forward, you're on the toes. You start bending the elbows, keeping the elbows in nice and close. Hover. Up dog, opening that chest. Downward facing dog. Knees come down and we're in child's pose. And then we slowly come up and we move those shoulders. Onto your hands and knees. We could do a couple of standing poses. Down dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward, knees bent. We're in chair. And then we come all the way up. Okay. Let's start off with tree pose. Balance on the right foot. Bring the left foot inside the leg, below or above the knee. You guys know this, we do this a lot. We activate the muscles of that standing leg, so you're getting those quads working and you're bringing the palms together. Gaze. Gaze can be anywhere, but look at something that's not moving. Don't look at your screen. Feel those quads working. And then bring the arms up. Reach up. I like to reach up high and then pull the shoulders down slightly. We're breathing. After a while, you're going to start feeling that standing leg working, calf muscles working, the ankles working, the foot's adjusting all the time just to keep you balanced. We bring the hands down, the legs down, we shake everything out. Move those shoulders again. Loose shoulders. We need loose shoulders for our shoulders hand balance pose. Other side, you're on the left foot, so spread the toes a little bit and then plant the toes. Then bring that right foot inside that standing leg. Skin on skin is useful because you've got more friction. We're opening the hips, we're activating the standing leg, so we're strengthening that standing leg. Relax the shoulders, but pull the shoulders back slightly. Neck is relaxed, and we bring the arms up whenever you're ready. How does this side feel? Is it more challenging? If your balance is a challenge, just make sure you're near a chair so you can just, or a wall, you can just sort of hold on to something to keep your balance as you need. Some days balance is better than other days as well. That's what I find. Not too bad today. I'm starting to feel that leg working. Actually, the front of the leg's working a little bit more today. It's interesting. We bring the hands down, we bring the legs down, and we shake everything out. Eagle. We've done lots of chairs. We've done eagle arms. Body should be craving for the full eagle pose, right? Chair pose. And then we extend the arms to the side. We bring, let me do the mirror image. Bring the left arm under the right arm. Get the hands parallel. And if you're not in chair, come into chair. And then we bring the right leg on top of the left leg. You squeeze those legs together and you try and hook the foot. Once you're ready, now my balance isn't so good. Once you're ready, you center the arms, you lean back slightly, and maybe you sit a little deeper. And you could start bringing the arms up too. Only hook the foot if your knees are good. Any knees issues, you don't have to hook that top foot. And then we come up. Shaking the arms out, moving those shoulders. Chair pose. Extend the arms to the side. Bring the left arm under the right arm. Get that right foot grounded. As you bring the right leg on top, you squeeze the legs, maybe hook the foot. Now this side is a little bit easier for me. Recenter, lean back, sit deeper, bring the arms up and breathe. And then we come out of the pose, we shake everything out. Interlace the hands behind you, open that chest, pulling the shoulders down, shoulder blades together, and we're going to bend the knees, we're going to rest the belly on the legs. As we fold forward, head is totally relaxed, and then we start bringing the arms up a little higher, keeping the shoulders happy. So you want to try and relax the shoulders, and then that'll create a little bit more space and it'll let you bring the arms up a little higher. And then relax the shoulders again. Get that space. And then you bring the arms up. And then we slowly come back up. What I find in yoga is don't try too hard. Don't force yourself. Just let your body go with that flow. So when we're doing this pose, we're trying to relax the shoulders, get that space, and then we can just bring the arms up a little higher. You feel a little bit of resistance, you back off slightly, you try and relax again, and then the body will let you go a little deeper, and then you relax again, and you can go a little deeper. So just work with your body, don't force yourself into anything. Okay. What we're going to do, we'll do crow, and then we'll do this other hand balance pose. So if you don't want to do crow, you can just hang out in malasana, this pose here. Squats, so like this, or you can go into Bhujapidasana. We'll do whatever you like, but if you want to try crow, you're in the squat, the feet are pointing out, you're pushing the arms into the legs, so there's about a foot between the hands and the arms. I'm bringing the knees up nice and high, I'm on my toes, I'm looking forward and I'm leaning on the arms. So I'm really leaning on the arms. I'm bringing the whole body forward. I'm looking up all the time. Don't kick up. You know not to kick up. You just lift one foot up. You lift the other foot up. And you bring the toes together. And you breathe. Nice hand balance. It's going to build upper body strength. It's a good pose, I think. Now this other pose, which I'm not used to the Sanskrit name. I do the pose. Sometimes I practice the Ashtanga primary sequence, and they have this pose in that sequence. Is Bhujapidasana. 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 So we start off like we would in crow, but this time we lift the hips up and we bring the arms underneath. So the hands are actually outside the feet. The elbows are bent a lot. And then maybe you can get here. And then you walk the feet closer. Have to come up, have to retry a bit. You walk the feet a little bit closer and you bring one foot on top of the other foot and you lift the feet off the ground. So it's basically this one. So it's like a little swing, if you like. But keep the elbows bent all the time. Bit of a challenge, that's why we're doing a lot of shoulder work, trying to get those shoulders open. So you're bringing the hands outside the feet. So I'm on my toes. I'm bringing the hands outside the feet so my fingers are lined up with the toes. Elbows are bent, so the upper arms are like a platform. And then you walk the feet a little bit closer. And you try and get one foot on top of the other foot. You're trying to cross the feet. And then you bring the feet off the ground. And you swing. So in the Ashtanga sequence, they'll do this, and then they'll bring the head down to the ground, which I'm not going to do. But what you could do is you could really let that sit bone sink. You look up, and you come into what's called Titibasana. So you're trying to extend extend the legs. So I'm trying to get the legs as straight as I can in another hand balance pose. And then we come out of the pose. A lot of weight on the wrists, so if you have any wrist issues and it starts to bother the wrist, you need to come out of the pose. But it's a challenge. So in Ashtanga, what I'll do is I'll do that Bhujapidasana pose, Titibasana, then try and transition to crow, and then jump back into chaturanga. But actually, I've lost my energy by then, so I can't jump back into chaturanga. I have to go into it slowly. Anyway, look up the primary series sometime, Ashtanga Yoga, and you might find that little sequence. Bring the back of the hands together. We've worked the wrists a lot, so let's do a little bit of wrist opening. Back of the hands together, and we're going to keep them nice and close as we just circle in one direction. And we circle in the other direction. And we shake the hands out. Maybe we should have done a bit of wrist work before those hand balance poses. Never mind. Interlace the hands, and we're just going to take the wrists in opposite directions, stretching out the inside of one wrist, the outside of the other wrist. And then this is a nice one. We clasp the thumb, and you can extend the arms, or you can just rest the hands on the legs. I'm extending the arms just so you can see what I'm doing. thumb is clasped, and I'm just going to turn the knuckles to the ground and then back up towards the ceiling. And this is a good wrist exercise. If you have any tendinitis in the wrist, try this one, see if this helps out. And another thing I like to do is turn little finger side down and then point the knuckles down. So you're stretching out the thumb side of the wrist with the hands out to the side or on the knees, doesn't matter which. And then just shake those hands out. Okay. Few challenging poses there for you to practice. Come onto your back. Extend the right leg on the ground, pull the left knee nice and close, keeping the back neutral. Bring that, so if your left knee's pulled in, bring that leg up to the ceiling, holding onto the back of the leg, getting a little bit of a hamstring stretch. If you can reach, find the toe, you can hang onto the toe or the foot, or just hold onto the back of the leg, or you could use a strap. Just stretching out the back of the leg. We then just hold onto the back of the thigh and we work on the foot a little bit, point and flex. And then we circle the foot in one direction. And we circle in the other direction. We switch legs. Other leg extended on the ground, other knee pulled in nice and close. Also known as wind removing pose, say no more. Little bit of a hamstring stretch. If you can't reach the foot, just hold on to the back of the calf or use a strap. And then we hold on to the back of the thigh and we just point and flex a few times. And we rotate in one direction and we rotate in the other direction. We pull both knees in, we take hold of the back of the legs, we lift the head up and we rock backwards and forwards and we come into boat, balancing on the sit bones. You can keep hold of the legs if you want more challenge, arms either side. And if you want even more challenge, you lift the legs up. You're trying to keep the back as neutral as you can, so you're lifting those, opening the chest, you're trying to bring those hips forward, you're breathing, you're keeping the knees up towards the ceiling. And then we cross the legs, we bring the hands either side of the hips, engage the core, and see if you can just lift yourself up. Even if it's just for a second, half a second. And then back into boat and breathe. You're not holding the breath. We cross the feet and we try and suspend ourselves up and down, back into boat, and then we slowly lower all the way down, supporting the head. Head is off the ground, lower back is pushed into the ground like crazy for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we slowly lower all the way down. Recline pigeon. We walk the feet in, we bring the outer of one foot onto the other leg and we pull the legs in nice and close. The foot that's close to you is flexed, dorsiflexion, heel pushed out, toes pulled in, And then we just rock a little bit, massaging the lower back. So this is going to stretch out the outside of that hip of the closest leg. Back is being massaged, feels good. And then we switch. Taking hold of the back of the other leg, flexing that foot that's close to you. Other foots can be relaxed, up to you. Keep the chin tucked, and then we just rock a few times. And then we bring the feet down to the ground. And we're going to do those windshield wipers. So the feet are wider than hips. And we just take the knees over from side to side. Take your time here. Getting a little bit of twist as we take the knees over to the side. And then the more challenging version of windshield wipers, we bring the legs up. So you're keeping 90 between the torso and the legs, arms either side of you. You take the legs over to one side, maybe halfway down, back up, and halfway down to the other side. You're trying to keep that 90 between the legs at all times. So as the legs come down, try not to let them lengthen out in front of you. Try and keep that 90 degrees as you take the legs over from side to side. So the legs go down far enough so it's a little bit of a challenge, but not too far, not making it too difficult. And as you get into a rhythm, you can start taking the legs a little bit lower maybe, and you can feel the arms helping you to go down nice and slow, and to help you bring those legs back up. So the arms are like a little bit of a stop, so they stop the legs going all the way down. Although if you're flexible enough, maybe you can go all the way down and touch the ground with the toes, the little toe. But you definitely don't have to. I usually advise people to start off halfway down. And then we come back to neutral when we bring the feet down to the ground. Pull the knees in. Take hold of the back of the legs. Rock yourself up. Cross the feet. Come face down. And relax. A breath or two. Take the right leg up and down. Take it as high as you can. Do that a few times. Slow. And then the other leg up and down. Then take hold of the feet, holding onto the inside of the ankles or the top of the feet just below the toes. Lift the chest up and start pulling the feet away from you, Dhanurasana. Don't let the knees splay out. Try and keep the legs nice and close to each other as you start to bring those legs up, opening the chest. Breathe. Keep those legs working a lot. A little harder, pushing into the hands. Lift the feet up higher. Legs not splaying out. Don't let the legs splay out. And then we come all the way down and we relax. Hands under the shoulders. Come into child's pose. And then come up, sit on the heels, and we'll work our way into a seated twist. So lean over to one side and take one foot round as you come into that seated twist. Bottom leg can be straight if you have any knee concerns. And you can either hug that knee or you bring the arm outside the leg as you go into that seated twist. Take about 3 or 4 breaths. And then we unwind. We switch legs. As I say, that bottom leg can be straight. And you either hug the knee or you bring the arm outside the leg. Try not to hunch up the shoulders, coming into the twist in the other direction. And then we unwind. We come onto our backs again. We pull the knees in and we rock from side to side. Full body stretch. Legs extended, arms extended over the head. Get length. Get traction, pulling the hips away from the feet. The back away from the hips, lengthen the neck. Little bit of a side stretch, getting into that banana shape, crescent shaped. Breathe. And then we stretch out the other side of the body. And then we recenter. Supta walk the feet in, bring the soles of the feet together. You can close the eyes now. Arms can be either side of you, palms up. You can rest the hands on the belly or gently rest them on the legs, encouraging the hips to open a bit more. Hips should be comfortable, should be no discomfort. If it bothers, this Supta bothers the hips, you could pop a couple of blocks underneath the legs. If you don't have blocks and the hip doesn't like this pose, just come out of it, just come into Shavasana. You can stay in Supta butterfly pose, or if you're ready, Shavasana, and just totally relax, letting yourself sink into the ground. Just slow down the breath. Moisten the lips if you need to. Maybe stretch out the hands and the feet 2 or 3 times. And then just relax again. Start taking deeper breaths. And if you want a longer Shavasana, go for it. If you're ready to come out, walk the feet in and just roll over to your side. Keeping the eyes closed. Take 2 or 3 breaths. And then gently push yourselves to a seated position. Inhale, bringing the arms up. Exhale as they come down. Inhale as they come up. Exhale down. Inhale, arms up. Keep the palms together. And exhale as you fold forward. And relax.